You will die sooner if you're lonely. Human connection, because we are social animals and we evolved in tribes and small groups in which we knew everyone, we were connected, we felt a part of, feeling that connection.
Health, fitness, mindset, nutrition. Live better and longer. I'm Saad Alam, and let's hone in. You had a fact, which was that loneliness has a similar impact on people's long-term health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And that's a big statement. What does that mean, and why is loneliness so damn dangerous for you?
So first, these are research findings. This is not my research. I'm quoting research by other people. And I want to emphasize one word you said in case people missed it. It's the same impact on your health,
Okay.
not mental health. I mean, mental health
Physical
sucks too. But your physical health and longevity, it will kill you. You will die sooner if you're lonely. Human connection, because we are social animals and we evolved in tribes and small groups in which we knew everyone, we were connected, we felt a part of, feeling that connection. And today in the modern world, we have many tribes. You know, very few people have one. You have your work tribe, and you have your gym tribe, and you have your home tribe, and feeling that feeling of connection, feeling seen, feeling belonging, is so essential that in the absence of it, our bodies physiologically respond as if they're under assault. It compromises the function of our immune system. That sets us up for all kinds of illnesses and diseases. In one study, college students who just started college were given a flu shot, and students who had indicated they were lonely had poorer reaction to the flu shots, which happened just a few days after they arrived. So it wasn't long-term loneliness here. And by the way, the finding about the 15 cigarettes is for chronic loneliness, not for episodic. But when it's chronic, and for a lot of people, it certainly is chronic. So that is a huge, huge deal. It will actually impair your health, it'll impair your longevity, and it'll impair your quality of life in every possible way.
We had Dr. Frank Lippman on the show probably about a month ago, and Frank is, I should say Dr. Lippman, we have a personal relationship now at this point. He said that one of the biggest predictors of longevity is how strong your community is. And I realize this is just the opposite of that statement. If you don't have human connection, if you don't have someone to look forward to, it doesn't keep you alive, nor do you have the desire to want to stay alive. And also, I would have got to imagine, you don't have positive emotions. And positive emotions really are kind of like the lifeblood of why we even stay alive.
That's true. I want to be clear about one thing. What loneliness refers to is solely a subjective feeling of connection. It's not about quantity, it's about quality, and it's about subjective quality. There are people, maybe more introverted people, who might have one or two really close friends. They have their partner perhaps, or they have a couple of really close friends, and they feel highly connected because they are very strongly connected to those people. And you can have people who seem surrounded by friends or acquaintances or colleagues all the time, and yet they're lonely because they don't really feel seen by them. They don't really feel connected. They're there in body but not in spirit. No one's actually asking them about them. They're not connecting in that substantial way. So it's very difficult to look at someone and assess whether they're lonely or not. That's something only you can tell. And it's also very contextual. So it's very comparative. It's based on what your expectation is in a way. So when you so New York City, we're right now in New York City, it's a very difficult place to be alone because you're surrounded by people. It emphasizes the aloneness. If you move to some kind of very rural area and you only have one acquaintance to start, it might not seem so bad because just there's very few people around. You're already getting to know them a little bit here and there. So that's why it's subjective. It's not just how we feel, but it's also how we think about things and how we understand what our situation is. But that's the one where we really have to look inward and go, do I feel disconnected? Because a lot of people are lonely and they don't ascribe it to loneliness. They're just, I'm in a bad mood or I'm irritable. But when I ask them, who's the closest person in your life? And they say, oh, my college friend. I'm like, oh, great. And how often do you talk to them? Oh, at least every other week. I'm like, who else shares your day? Who else knows what's going on with you on the day-to-day? No one. And I said, do you feel lonely? And when I ask it, the distress on their face, when it suddenly connects that, oh, it's that, is profound.
It's interesting. I'm very fortunate in the sense that I've created a life that is exactly what I dreamt of, meaning I run a company that's helping people change their lives. I get to work with my closest friends. My two best friends work at the company. My brother works with us. My fiance is an entrepreneur. She works out of the house. My mom lives next door. Like, everything is as perfectly planned as I could want it. And there are moments where I felt lonely, but I've now realized there are moments I felt lonely, and it's because I didn't necessarily have someone I could share the feelings of what it's like being a CEO with, right? And it was after I built a peer group of other individuals that were going through the same kind of problems that we could share things that I generally had to keep really deeply bottled up inside, that I noticed that the quality of my life, which is already wonderful, improved even another notch. And I guess I really buy into the fact that you said it's not quantity. It really is the quality of deep relationships that you have. And that also makes a ton of sense why I would say people that are surrounded by other individuals very often say, hey, I feel like I'm disconnected at times.
Right. 10 years ago, literally 10 years ago, I wrote an article for Psychology Today about the loneliness, I think it was Psychology Today, but forget, the loneliness of the CEO. Because the CEO often has to hold knowledge, let's say about companies in a precarious situation. That's not something you want to tell the employees right away. The CEO is like, it's lonely at the top. It's literally that. And a lot of CEOs feel that way. They feel isolated. They don't necessarily want to share what's going on. And it's very important for them to connect with a peer group of other CEOs. And I work with so many CEOs who've said to me, like, I'm probably the only one who's feeling this. And I'm like, you don't know many CEOs then, do you? Because your company is apparently doing well right now, but it needs to get there. And you've had several companies, you know that there are a lot of iffy moments along the way. It's a roller coaster of emotion. And so there's a point in which things start to tick along. But even in your example of the person that you wanted to hire that would have stretched you, that would have brought along some anxiety. Who could you have shared that with? You wouldn't be sharing it necessarily with people below you in the company, because that's not theirs to worry about. You don't want to give them that stress. And then who do you share it with? You know what I mean? So loneliness can, in many different, actors. I work with a lot of well-known actors, and they can feel it too. They're like, when people befriend me, are they befriending me because of who I am, or because I'm well-known, or successful people in the same way? How do I tell who's interested in me versus my wealth or my fame or whatever it is? It's difficult to tell. And then you can surround yourself with people and actually feel like, do these people really care? I don't know. If I lose it all tomorrow, will they be here? It can manifest in very unexpected people in unexpected ways, but that's why you have to take the temperature.